Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Beth Dutton was my favorite Yellowstone character, and this quote from Season 3 sums her up better than any other. The perfect quote to encapsulate who Beth Dutton, Kelly Rayleigh, is as a character in Yellowstone comes from Season 3. Beth is a divisive character in Yellowstone, yet she is my favorite. She's not the most likable character in Yellowstone due to her preference for fighting words and antagonistic antics. However, Rayleigh's performance endears Beth to me because John Dutton's, Kevin Costner, daughter has the same relentless spirit as the other Dutton clan members who helped define the Dutton family tree in Yellowstone. Beth Dutton reminds me of Elsa Dutton, Isabel May in 1883, and Spencer Dutton, Brandon Sklenar in 1923. Like her counterparts, Beth is intrepid. While James Dutton, Tim McGraw, Jacob Dutton, Harrison Ford, and John Dutton, Kevin Costner, run the operations in their respective Yellowstone shows, they are not the series' muses so much as the most spirited child of the next generation. Therefore, Beth is the perfect choice to continue the Dutton family's story in the upcoming Beth and Rip Yellowstone spin-off, which can expand her spirited list of quotes from the flagship. Beth's insight into loving with her whole soul defines the character, especially when quoted fully. In Yellowstone Season 3, Episode 10, Beth tells Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser, "I believe in loving with your whole soul and destroying anything that wants to kill what you love." John Dutton's daughter is fierce for the sake of those dear to her, and her Season 3 remarks perfectly encapsulate Beth's fighting yet nurturing spirit. Her defining quote foreshadows Beth's Yellowstone Season 5 ending, wherein she kills her brother, Jamie Wes Bentley, for playing a role in the murder of her father. This quote from Yellowstone Season 3 is a remarkably succinct insight into what to expect from Beth Dutton. Some of Beth Dutton's best Yellowstone quotes are her insults to those she disapproves of or her fiery remarks during business deals. More than anything, Beth's "I believe in lovin'" quote encapsulates the duality of her spirited remarks, making it an iconic line by John's daughter. Beth has dozens upon dozens of remarks throughout the show, making her probably the most quotable character in Yellowstone, if not the entire franchise. Beth is such a quotable Yellowstone character because she is dauntless in her unfiltered remarks to her peers. In other words, Beth wears her heart on her sleeve, and it is one of my favorite things about her. Ultimately, almost everything Beth says somehow encompasses the extremes of her demeanor. That said, her dialogue often touches on Beth's soft side as well. However, it simultaneously highlights her brazen qualities, which define her role in Taylor Sheridan's neo-Western. Beth isn't always fighting on the front lines like her brother, Case, Luke Grimes, or her husband, but she makes savvy business deals that support the overall fate of the ranch, showing little mercy to those she targets with her attacks. On the flip side, like her husband, Beth is particularly loyal and caring to those who have earned her trust and endearment, with Rip and John Dutton being the best examples. While Elsa is my favorite Dutton overall, Beth stands out in Yellowstone because she encapsulates the gritty Dutton brand. Beth Dutton isn't just a character on Yellowstone, she's a force of nature, a wildfire in human form. From the moment she graces the screen, she commands attention, not just with her sharp wit and cutting sarcasm, but with the depth of emotion that simmers beneath the surface. Played masterfully by Kelly Rayleigh, Beth is equal parts ruthless, vulnerable, and fiercely loyal. Among all her unforgettable lines, one quote from Season 3 captures her essence better than any other. "You are the trailer park. I am the tornado." This single sentence, delivered with the venom and certainty that only Beth Dutton can muster, is the perfect summation of her character. It's a declaration, a warning, and an unshakable truth. In that moment, Beth establishes exactly who she is and how she operates. But beyond its sheer savagery, this quote speaks to her power, her past, and the storm that has shaped her into the woman she is. Beth Dutton, the tornado in a man's world. Beth is a woman who thrives in chaos, often because she has no other choice. The Duttons are a dynasty, and within their world, power isn't given, it's taken. Beth learned that lesson early on, molded by the loss of her mother, the weight of her father's expectations, and the brutal reality of ranch life. Unlike her brothers, who have their own forms of strength, Beth's weapon is her mind. She plays the business world like a chessboard, always 5 moves ahead, and she doesn't just win, she demolishes her opponents. When she utters the now iconic tornado line, she's addressing Rourke Morris, a slick and dangerous hedge fund manager with designs on the Dutton land. He underestimates her, assuming that he can outmaneuver, intimidate, or buy her off. But Beth Dutton is not someone you manipulate. She is the storm that leaves nothing standing. The rawness of that line encapsulates her identity. She is destruction and dominance wrapped in an elegant yet lethal package. A past that fuels the fire. Beth's toughness isn't just a personality trait, it's a survival mechanism. Season 3 gives us a deeper look into the experiences that forged her, particularly her complex relationship with Jamie, her adoptive brother. The revelation that Jamie took away her ability to have children without her consent is one of the most gut-wrenching moments in the series. It's an act that cements her hatred for him, but more importantly, it shows the emotional scars she carries. The tornado quote isn't just about power, it's about the way Beth has had to become stronger than anyone who ever tried to break her. Life has dealt her unimaginable losses, yet she stands unshaken. She doesn't just endure, she obliterates anything that threatens her or those she loves. The fury that fuels her isn't reckless, it's controlled, precise, and devastatingly effective. A love story that defines her humanity. Despite her hardened exterior, Beth's love for Rip Wheeler is her one undeniable vulnerability. Their relationship is as raw and rugged as the Montana landscape, built on mutual respect, shared pain, and an unbreakable bond. Rip is the only one who sees every side of Beth, the fire, the tenderness, the fear, and loves her not in spite of it, but because of it. In Season 3, their love story takes center stage, and we see the rare moments where Beth lets down her guard. Rip isn't someone she has to conquer or prove herself to. With him, she doesn't need to be the tornado. She can be Beth, the woman behind the storm. And yet, she remains fiercely protective, not just of him, but of the ranch and her father, John Dutton. Her quote about being the tornado is, in a way, also a promise. She isn't just talking to Rourke. She's talking to everyone who threatens the people she loves. Her love is just as fierce as her rage, and anyone who gets in her way should know they won't just lose, they'll be obliterated. Why this quote stands above the rest. Beth Dutton has had her fair share of memorable lines, each one dripping with venom, intelligence, or brutal honesty. But "you are the trailer park, I am the tornado" stands above them all because it isn't just an insult, it's a statement of identity. It embodies her superiority, her fearlessness, and her refusal to be underestimated. It speaks to her ability to walk into any battle, corporate or personal, and emerge victorious. It's a warning to her enemies and a reassurance to those she protects. Most importantly, it encapsulates what makes Beth Dutton one of the most compelling characters in modern television. She isn't just a tough woman. She is the tough woman. She isn't just fighting for power. She's fighting for survival, for family, for vengeance, and for love. The tornado doesn't apologize for the destruction it leaves behind. Neither does Beth.